monetize on YouTube anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah. Good evening, folks. It is Tuesday night. It is time for Behind the Code. Trelena and I actually got sent to Whamhalla earlier today. I decided to, try and get in the mood a little bit, listen to some Christmas music on the radio on the way to the store. And the second song ended up being Wham's Last Christmas. So it was well worth the 69 cents on the iTunes store to buy that song today. With friends like me, who needs enemies? We'll go through the comments here real quick. We'll get this up on screen. And first through the door tonight was Carl Witzman. Good evening, Uncle Carl. Followed shortly after by Aunt Donna. And we had the greetings to everyone from me. And a special song to open the show with tonight. And then a few announcements. So those announcements. The Indie CD music channels on Twitch and Kick are getting 2 new artists in January. Thistle and Oak will be one of them, and Tara West will be the other one. I've still got to find Tara's music on whatever platform they're on so I can get it downloaded. Go through, add them into the mix, and get everything recorded for that. I'm also going to be looking at doing, I guess I could set up a little higher so I'm not just like cutting off my face with the, actually, you know what, let's do, there's no layout, it's just the thing, that's weird. Anyway, anywho, what was I saying? I got sidetracked. Holy shit, it's gonna be one of those nights, folks. And I've had caffeine today. Yeah, I need to go through, do the recording of, the name of the artist and album, song, all that fun stuff, so that'll be coming. I remember the other thing. I was going to try to work on integrating either Apple Music or something along those lines in with OBS. I know it's doable, but to have it just kind of rotate through the library, but also set it up to where Botrix is able to take song requests from a list of songs. So if there's a specific song from one of the artists somebody wants to listen to, they can send in that request and it'll queue it up for the next song. So, but that's something I'm going to be working on probably while I'm on vacation next week. So, let's see here. Donna saying cool bingos, Joe. And greetings from Carl, and Bladed Thesis is here. Good evening, Bladed. And we have greetings, and good evening, Dawn. And greetings to Dawn. Carl says, well, Callie finally knocked that new box off the printer. I hope he's happy. And I agree with Dawn, he probably is. And Dawn's gone into listening mode for a bit to make dinner. And greetings. And yes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, folks. We are on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch under Indie CD. You can also help support us through Dubby. Go to dubby.gg, use code IndieCD10 to save 10% off your order. And here's Joe, yes. And we got Houston, Texas Dave with us tonight. Good evening, Dave. Hope the weather is good down there for you. And got greetings to Dave. Botrix is joined. Greetings from Dave. And yep, and now we're catching up here. And I was catching up. Let's go back here. And Trey just sent me, or just gifted 100 kicks over on Kick. Thank you, dear. 80s flashback Christmas, yep. And Carl had managed to avoid it. And Laetitia's Kyle voice, "You bastard!" Well, I can't do that one anymore. Trey says, "Take everyone else down with us." Yep. 69 cents. Nice. Carl says, "I think it doesn't count if someone does it to you on purpose, but I'll have to find the rules again." Yeah, I don't remember for sure, not either. Either way, it's still good. You know, it was still worth it. Foxy and I got hit first weekend of the month. And Trey's now over on YouTube. Good evening, Trey. And Don says, "How my YouTube screwed up, so I missed it." Oh. We'll go back over to Dan's music again. And greetings to Sarah. Greetings to Sarah. Carl says, "Hey Trey, your hubby is mean." And she may or may not encourage it, yeah. Does it count as being whammed when you enjoy the song? I'd say it's a joyful trip to Whamhalla then. Carl says, "Well, shame on you too, Trey." And good evening, Grant. Grant's saying, "Hey, boners." And greetings to Grant. And Trey says, "If I'm going to Whamhalla, I'm all for everyone going with." And Grant says, "Wow, it's been a while since I've seen Sarah." And greetings to Donna. And Carl says, Hi Grant, boners. You're optimistic for us, Grant." I mean, I did shave, so, you know, it might cause something to go on. Who knows? And I got a kick bot. I'll go take care of them in a little bit. Greetings to Carl. Grant says, "I believe in you, Carl." And Carl says, "No, it counts, although the official folks at Wham don't encourage it." And Dave's saying dance party chat, yes. Alright, so tonight, got Cindy Cup done. Did I get Cindy Cup done? I'm fairly certain I got Cindy Cup done. Yeah, I did get Cindy done. Okay. Oh, let's close Cindy out. We got. Why is he just listed as comic creator? I think I just forgot to take him out. So let's go to my view. And where he is. There we go. Ooh, we on to another long one tonight. We are on to Dan Hollifield. Oh, we'll do a save as. And call this Dan Hollifield, which we're listening to his music right now. That. Let's replace this image. Where you at, Dan? There you are. And we're hot comments up here on the stage too. Grant says I was going to Uber tonight because I need the money, but it was slow out. I can't. Did I ever do Christmas Eve? I don't think I did. I don't remember. I guess everybody's staying in and celebrating Christmas. No Writers Club either. And Don says that's what she said to my another long one. Grant said there's drama in my Writers Club again. Somebody wrote a story that was interpreted as anti-Palestine. Oh no. Carol says, oh boy. And Grant says it's always something, right? Yeah. Some people inject politics into everything. We got greetings to Bladed, and Foxy says, hi, we are stopping at the store to get foodstuffs for the next couple days, not going to any store on Christmas Eve. I want to keep my limbs attached. Good call. And got greetings to Grant. Alright, I should probably pull up Dan's old profile. You'd think after working on this for as long as I have, I'd be fully ready, but no, we're not that ready. We're not that good. Oh, I need a better... bio from him. View, my view. I think after. Well, I need to go back to one of these other ones. Doesn't have as much. After that. Oh, I just keep it in that same div. Okay, so it is all one div. I think I remember that by now, but whatever. Alright. So... let's see here. How do I want to chunk this one up? Oh, let me do that, and then this, so that I can see both things. Let's see. Dawn saying thanks everyone for checking on Ted and I. Another doctor appointment today. He has a PET scan Monday, and then it's balls to the wall after that. Ooh. Carl said, oh, my city court thing today had to be extended, and the lawn Nazi actually was nice and gave me until April to finish painting the house trim. Well, at least they have some common sense. We got greetings to Dawn. Carl said, we were thinking about Ted, and we worry about you too, Dawn. Please take care of yourself too. Yes. Do not make me pull out the paracord. And Don said, those that may not have heard, Ted has a tumor in his throat, and the doc gave it a 99.9% chance that it is malignant. Yes. And Blade said, hugs to you and Ted. And Carl sending hugs. Dan says, looks like I arrived just in time. Yes, it did. And Carl's saying, hey to Dan. Keep in mind that is very treatable, Don. Yes. Grant has a very good point. And said Ted has my best wishes for a speedy recovery. And Don says paracord. Are you making a laugh? You know, it can be used as the last one, it can be used as a whip. It could be a cat and mouse. Who knows? And Dawn's saying thank you all for Pinky Wiggles. Alright, let's get into Dan's thing here. Let's go to Rand said my brother had throat cancer. It was not fun, but I'm glad he's still with us. Yes. Let's see. Check out over 25 years of stories on a chameleon webzine. Clicking one of the links below. Probably that in there. Let's see. I'm just going to search. Unordered list. Oh, I did not want to miss that. There we go. Yes. There it is. Oh, there. That's what I'm looking for. We're just going to copy this whole class because copy and paste is your friend. There we go. There we go. There we go. Take that out. What's that do? Oh. What about that one? What does that do? Oh. I do font size members. That's better. Okay. And then I can always add. I think I can still add it down here. Okay, yeah, I can still do that. I think I'm going to do the emphasize tag instead. There we go. Dan says 28 years as of February, yes. And Carl says that's a great run, Dan. Yes, it is. Dan says thank you, but I'm tired, boss. That's understandable, Dan. That is a long time to keep anything up and running. Carl says I can understand that. I keep trying to retire from various things, but people can be demanding. Yeah. Let me do. What was I going to do? Oh, that's what I was going to do. Good Lord Almighty. Just copy and highlight. Can I just, yep, there we go. Paste. Oh, I gotta do the category links there. Okay. Let's see, the international readers. Copy. Paste. Go. All right. So Aphelion is listed. And says, what I'm proudest of is gifting the world with over 500 new professional writers. Yes. Oh, I take that out. Leave it there. Doesn't really change anything. Okay. Oh, I don't need the class there. I do need H2. Go books. All right. We've got a disposable man. And Gonna make a little template here real quick. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 books. So copy, paste, paste, and paste. I'm going to do 1 more and call this. Do this, do H2, music. Album title, album image. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I need 10 of those total. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Dan said, though, I wish some of them would stop outselling me. But it says, if it wasn't for you, Dan, I would never have submitted anything. Same for me, Thesis. And Dan says, do you want to include some appearing soon titles? I can. Last thing I had listed for you for the appearing soon was Disposable Man, which is now released, Fly by Wire, and Tales from the Mare Inebrium Volume 2. So I do have Fly by Wire and Tales from the Mare Inebrium Volume 2. Let me... Ooh, chicken chili complete. Dinner is served. Okay, so I've got to ask, Dawn, how do you do your chili, since I know you can't do like tomato like juice or anything like that, I thought. So I'm interested to know, how do you do chili? Dan says, Thesis, y'all needed being published. And Carl's saying, yum. Alright, let me... I'm going to say it, and I know I shouldn't with this crowd. Let me plow through these books real quick. I'm going to start with Disposable Man. I'm going to jump down to this one. And make this one Abducted, since it's technically the next in the list. Which I gotta look up the link for that one again. Apparently it didn't get the link for me. And then we can do Tales from the Mare Inebrium. And image. Insert image. Nest. Disposable Man. Holy cow. Holy cow pies. Let's see here. That looks better. Oh, come on, fingers. Really? And here, copy link. Said link there. Links. Why does that seem? Oh, that's why it seems off-centered to everything else. Duh! Take that out, Joe. That will help. Oh, look, it's centered up now. And add link there. There we go. Let's see. Dan says fly-by-wire will be parts 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's one getting split up. Gotcha. Don's laughing at plow through. Carl says glad Dawn still has her ribald sense of humor. And Angie and I might watch a movie at some point. Nice. We braved the grocery store, which I can't believe we were silly enough to do. Trey and I did that earlier. It wasn't horrible. It was a little busier, but it wasn't horrible. And Don says McCormick white chicken chili seasoning packet, all safe spices, grilled chicken, and a can of white beans. Got a tad of a kick of Minnesota at heart, so that's sour cream. I may have to look for that. That sounds good. And I'm going to be a good boy and drink some water. Well, I also like my chili to have a bit of a kick, especially the first night, because then I know the second night it's going to be even better. Alright, let's throw this in here. To copy that. Add that to the end here. We had that as a bold before. Oop. And this was also a bold before. There we go. Ooh. We're going to change that one from a bold to an emphasized or italicized. Oh crap, I had italicized the wrong one. God bless it. Emphasize that one. There we go. That's better. Okay. That gives a little more distinguishing between the two. And says Grant, we braved a grocery store that my wife doesn't like tonight, but we got everything on her list. That's good. And Chris says, good evening, everyone, and happy eve of Christmas Eve. Hope all you are having a pleasant Tuesday. We are, or at least I am. And we got greetings to Chris. And I almost feel like I need to pull this Ah. Chris says, "Dang you, Joe Bachman, you suck for that." Oh, should have been here from the beginning of the show. That was the opening intro to the show. Everybody thought they were going to be safe until Christmas and not get sent to Wamhalla. Oh. Let's see. My acquaintance tried to put my chili down by calling it hamburger soup. He was disappointed when I agreed. I mean, technically it is. With chili spices that make a chili, not other. Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. Let's see, I missed a few things. We got greetings to Chris. Blade says, now Jeff will always be my legacy. Yes, he will. Don says, no carrots in my chili. That's good. Donna says, Joe. Dan's laughing. Don says, Jeff is a great legacy. Don says, Joe's having way too much fun with that song. Hey, I'm going to get my 69 cents worth out of it, okay? Chris says, all this time and you got me. Oh, you never know what's going to happen on this show, Chris. Let's see, Carl said the idea is to move people with the written word and to be remembered for something you've arrived thesis. And to be remembered for something you've arrived thesis, yes. Grant says, what are you guys doing for Christmas? Andrew talked me into making fish. We picked up a small ham, and then a few microwavable sides to go along with it. Don says 69 cents or 69 cents. The answer to that is yes. Trey said every time Joe plays Wham, now I turn John Hamm into club. Oh. Grant says I'm going to buy a ham when they go on sale after Christmas and cook that up. Nice. Chris says that's one reason why I don't watch it that often. And then it says we go to the Chinese buffet. Nice. And Grant can't remember if Trey and I have kids. Just furry ones. 2 cats and a rat. I barely like myself enough to deal with having a miniature me running around that I would just end up hunting. Let's get rid of all the extra search related stuff. Oh, good lord. Okay, fine. Just add the link and I'll do it down here. Good God. Everything after reference. Goodbye. And we'll go ahead and copy that. And we'll give it a class now so that I don't forget later. And throw the image in as a nest. Abducted. Throw in my link. Go. can do away with that. And alright, I'm getting behind on comments all of a sudden. Holy cow. Trillion says just fur babies. Carl says I'm having a hard time putting a like on this video because of Whamala. That's understandable. Don says Chili picking the secret humor group. And Carl says, good Don, I have to see this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that later too. Don says probably having leftover chili and Ted will indulge and then sure. Chris says because you know what they totally do in the Bachman household, Don, much to their cat's shock. Let's just say that I've been meowed at once or twice. Carl says sounds almost like a chicken marsala. Yeah, it kind of does. Oh, hey, OMG. Thank you for stopping by. OMG's over on Kick saying, hey, my friend. Getting a quick hello before I crash for the night. I know you got to get up early for work, brother, so you have a good night and get some rest, and I will see you tomorrow night on your DJ stream. And if you're on Kick, look up OMG TVTU. He does some great shows throughout the week. He does 3 different nights where he does DJ mixes. Tonight was his internet favs, so definitely go check him out if you're over on Kick. And Dan says Lynn plans turkey, stovetop stuffing, gravy, potatoes, parsnips, sprouts, and a cheese board. Holy crap! Wow, yeah, I'm doing a ham that I have to warm up in the oven. A thing of microwave garlic potatoes and a thing of microwave broccoli cheese bake. Donna says, I hear you, Joe. My mom once told me I should have 10 kids and all of them be just like me. I told her if that was going to happen, I wasn't having any. Yeah. Trey says eat cookies and watch YouTube. And thank you for the 100 kicks over on Kick there, OMG. Much appreciated, my friend. Bladed says, nice. And OMG says, thanks for hanging out earlier. Much appreciated. My pleasure, sir. I love the internet fabs, even though I've learned that I have to cook dinner before I watch your damn stream. Because otherwise I just end up even more hungry than I was before. We're going to see if this will work over here. If not, I'm going to have to jump over to Kick. I don't know if... Well, yeah, Botrix is over there, so that should work. Oh, you know what? It's probably not going to work that way. Because... Oh, it did work. I'm darned. Okay, cool. Close that back out. Okay. Chris said that's an idea, Carl. Remove my like for the way Alice fight. And Don says meowed at by Trey or one of the cats. Yes. Don saying hi and bye to Ricky. Ricky being OMG TV. And Grant says sounds like an awesome dinner, Dan. And Don says I don't think he's streaming tomorrow, and I just watched it. I thought at the end of his fabs he did the sneak peek with the Wednesday the hump day hump day stream. Brain ain't braining. That's understandable, Don. Grant says I'm making salmon in a white wine lemon butter sauce and baked zucchini and some type of potatoes. Well, I feel like I'm underachieving for the holiday a little bit. Dan says, sounds awesome, Grant. And Dawn went over to Kick. One more month and we'll have a stream baby, which means she has been subbed to the NDCD channel over on Kick for 8 months. Much appreciated, Dawn. Alright, caught back up on comments. Let's get back into what I was doing, which is this. There we go. And then we got the last one. And Don says, oh, and Squee, hi, Chris. All right, let's do this. That in there. Image, nest. Where are you at? There you are. That'll work. That. Oh, I forgot. Gotta add the link there. And this. And this. So we're actually. Oh, what I do? Okay, that just automatically moved for whatever reason. Not entirely. Oh, that is not the right. That is okay. That just looks off all of a sudden for some reason, but I don't care because it is working as intended. And remember, folks, always work from the inside back out there when doing your closing brackets or closing statements. Alright, so we're about to get into Dan's music. We are an hour, almost an hour into the show though, and I have been horrible and have not played a single ad. So we will be back after these short messages from these lovely folks.
From the moment Security Chief Michael Fassino heard her lilting voice, he was smitten with the Irish lady in distress. But what's invaded his home station at Caladar? And what's that Irish voice doing in his head?
You can find all of Donna Carlene's books on Lulu.com. Find out more about her on the NDCD page at ndcd.org.
In the early days of the Korean War, an underage boy ran away from his family's farm in West Virginia to join the Army. He quickly transferred to the Air Corps and became a fighter pilot. Somehow, he became useful to several alphabet agencies, so he was recruited to help them during the Cold War. Eventually, he got tired of being a spy and tried to retire. Fate had other ideas. These are some of the early adventures of Captain Tom Darby of the U.S. Army Air Corps. From before that fateful night, he rode his motorcycle around a curve too fast on a back road in rural Georgia and accidentally began a new life entirely.
All right, and we are back. We are going to get the music re-rolling. And you know what? We'll go with you asked for it, now open up wide. And Donna says, thanks for playing my ad. Not a problem. Carl saying, find out more about Donna on NDCD eventually. Yep. And actually, I looked while the ads were running. After Dan, I have Darian Simmons, which he's only got the one book. And then we'll be on to Donna. And Dan says, I still can't believe I did the voiceover for that in one take. Took me 6 tries, but I did it. Nice. Let's save all. Close that back out. Alright. On to the music. It is time to face the music. Invocation. And an album image. Nice thing is, a lot of this is just going to be very quick copying and pasting without much other stuff to do. That part, copy the link, the link in up here. Boom. Oh, some biscuit. Realize I copied all that. There we go. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Grant says, okay, guys, I'm going to heat up some dinner and watch something with Angie. Have a good night. You too, Grant. Hope you have a good night, and if I don't see you, bud, have a Merry Christmas. Carl saying good night to Grant. Grant says, I'll probably see you guys on NTF, but if not, have a wonderful Christmas. Yes, you too, sir. And Dan says, believe it or not, the invocation photo was taken at the factory one morning before I got off from work. Nice. And up next we have show tunes. Themes for streams. Lincoln. Class links. Album image. Album image and that in there. Boop boop. And up next we have the One Night Only album. Link. Here, image, nest. Let's see, getting a little behind again. Carl says, in other news, I finally made it back into the top 2,400 Munzie players in the world and still rising. Nice. So he says, hey, if anyone needs a sultry voice for an ad, I might know somebody. And Carl's saying, very sultry. And Foxy's here. Good evening, Foxy. And Carl goes, speaking of. And we have greetings and Foxy waves. Blaze says, good timing, love. Moi. Hey, Foxy. His sinus is cleared. Nice. Oh, that's funny. Alright, we got Space Dust up next. Space Dust. Do, 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 do. Why is my phone going nuts right now? Who the hell is texting me? Judah, Judah. Oh. Okay, yeah, I already know about that. That's fine. Album image. Image. Space Dust. Space Dust. Take out the album image part. And give it the link. And give it the title. The person's name. And the various categories. hundo. And there we have it, except I need to copy that so I can put it there. And Carl's giving Dawn hugs. I love spicy food for sinus decongestion. Yes, that does work. It does help, Ms. Foxy. Carl says at Christmas, I rely on General Tso's chicken. Yum. I need to take plenty of tissues. Yeah, some places that can be extremely violent. And Blaze says, oh, Dan, I wanted to say thanks for your very generous gift. I really appreciate it. You might want to be on the lookout for a package on Saturday and Monday. Slated. Egg. And then let's opium. That's the image. Excuse me. There we go. And it says which gift? Blade says the album you sent me. And what did you do now, Joe? You're the one that sent a link. I'm just saying. Dan says I tried to send you something from your wish list, but the Big A wanted to mail it to me. And so yeah, originally it wasn't set up to where it would send it straight to Bladed. It is now, because when I placed the order today, it gave me the option of sending it straight to him. And it says, "Oh, the album that I could do. Bandcamp is easier to gift from." But yeah, no, Bladed's is now set up to where it will send the stuff straight to him. It doesn't show you his address. It does it as like a gift registry type thing. So yeah. Let's see, the 10,000 Airship Suite. that. This one, that one, and there we go. Dan says, good, I have linked bookmark in case I ever puzzled my way through the tape. And up next we have the Displaced Detective Suite. And do the album image. And Dan says, Displaced Detective Suite is based on the first 4 books of Stephanie's series. Yes, it is. Alright, up next we have the second helping album. Here. So we're going to get Dan finished off here tonight, at least through the music. And then I'll probably come back and do the streams. That way I can be done there. And I will do with being on vacation, I'll probably be streaming this quite a bit. So there will be an impromptu stream that entails doing Aunt Donna's profile. And Fox says, Joe is finishing off Dan. Did not have that on my, not the green room bingo. That's actually the free space. Just saying. Carl's laughing at Foxy. Dan says, oh God, no, who wants to watch me sleep and snore for 6 hours? And Blaine says, well, earlier he was plowing through Dan, so Dan smiles. Don says that he wanted his 69 cents worth. Exactly. And Donna says there's going to be an addition to my page next month. Nice. Well, okay, so here's how I can do that. If it's not released yet. If you at least have the book cover, if you can send me the book cover and the blurb about it, I can still add it onto the page, but comment it out. That way it doesn't show up, and then that way when it does go live, all I gotta do is grab the link, uncomment it, and add the link in. So, what was that on? Never bank on a learning curve. Copy the link. Paste the link. Give it some class. And never bank on a learning curve. Here. That, do that, do that, do that. This. That. This. This. And on to the last one, the Old Dan story. Link. And links. Image. Nest. Old Dan. There it is. Image. Go. Oh, wait, actually, where I want to do that. Line break. By Nicholas Hockert. Oh, you know what? Do it the smart way, Joe. Just add that. So it throws that in. And you can do that. And then you can do .. slash numbers. There we go. Ha ha ha. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Carl makes note to send book cover. Thank you. Dan says, class? Moi? Who'da thunk it? Says, you're a great Edgar Witzman dude. I don't care what anyone else says. And Dan asks him to give Nick cover art credit. Carl says, wait, what? What do the fuck say, Donna? And Dan's thanking me, and Donna says, nothing. Well, with that, folks, I do believe I am going to call it for the evening. Got a lot more done than I expected to. So, like I said, I am on vacation, technically starting Friday. I do have to work. I'm supposed to work tomorrow. We'll see how much work actually gets done with work tomorrow. But we will be back tomorrow night for Indie CD's Creatives at Play, where I will be finishing up the wood burning from last week. And depending on how long that takes, I may be working on, a paracord lasso for, a certain member in the chat that shall remain nameless. Dawn. Anyway, Dawn says, I say nothing. Dan saying, thank you very much, Joe. Not a problem, Dan. Thank you for allowing us to use your music and everything for our streams, and for also being allowed to use it over on the Indie CD Music channel, which I had to fight with Twitch recently and get back into their affiliate program. Apparently they took me out. But the other thing is Twitch only doesn't pay out unless you hit $50, which is stupid. So I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming over there to Twitch if that's the way they're going to play it, unless, it starts to be like a consistent 50 coming in each month over there. But we'll see. We'll go, see how it goes. Carl says, great, Joe. Night, everyone. And Dave is saying, have a wonderful Christmas all and New Year. Yes, you too, Dave. And don't forget, after, Thursday? Starting, after Thursday, it's Cheese Week. And Dawn's laughing, saying those ain't dots, Joey. And Carl says, you too, Dave. And so does Dawn. So with that, folks, I will see you guys later. If you're not on NTF or Creatives that Play tomorrow, do have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon.